Well, it's been almost 2 years since COVID shut us all down, and you should think that I'd played a lot of war games during that time. But career move and lockdowns actually meant that I did not. So this is the first video in some time. Welcome to the unboxing of another Warlord Games product. This time, it's time to look at the American Civil War epic scale. Well, I've just received this in the mail. And I do mean just. You see, I just unwrapped the plastic. But as you'll see in a moment, I have not even looked at the interior yet. The box itself is more massive than usual. I've had a lot of boxes from Warlord Games during the years. This is in size, for those of you who know the Berlin set for bolt action, this is comparably the same size. So this is a new first for me. It's Black Powder, which is a game system for musket and sword battles through the eras, and set in the American Civil War, obviously. More than 2,500 soldiers, they say, and I think the prospect is a bit daunting. I've been looking at this epic scale, which supposedly is somewhere in between the 10 millimeters and the 15 millimeters usually utilized for epic scale wargaming. So this is something in between, and well, I'm not too bothered, as I'm not going to mix up with other systems I have. So, but 2,500 soldiers should get me going. Now, the only extras I've bought are 2 command units. Which is an epic Confederate command and an epic Union command. So I'm actually looking forward to painting this stuff up and trying my best, probably with Ip or one of the others, Tom maybe, to see how many battles can we keep going just using the basic set. Is it worth it? Very likely it is, and I think the biggest problem would be my ambition. So we'll see about that. But as you can see, quite a lot of things. I'll just zoom in here. It says Union Army, Confederate Army, plastic bases. Well, there's no new first in that. The Black Powder Rulebook in an A5 scale. American Civil War background scenario. Flak sheets. A barn. Snake fences, and D6 dice. Well, it looks pretty amazing on the outside. Now let's get to the interesting part. Wow. I just removed the lid. It's there. I've touched nothing. And the smell of freshly minted plastics rise into the air. Glory, hallelujah. Well, the green bases are here, set up so that you could affix the regiments. That'll be interesting to see. Just push that, I'll put that over here. Lots and lots of bases means lots of work. I'll probably do a video of how I choose to paint them for gaming, not for display. That's my intention anyway. Also, well, you could do the comments if you want something else. Probably some of the terrain used during the Civil War, rough trenches or fences, etc. Seeing as the last video I did on terrain had some hits. So I'll probably do some more terrain videos once we get started. Well, here's the plastic bag with the dice. You need something to show casualties. So seeing as I've got a bigger dice that I usually use for war games, I'll probably use these for casualty markers. And here we are. This is it. Look at this. Sprues. Well, we should probably turn this around. Yeah. This will be really interesting. Guns, infantry. So, but it looks really amazing. I must say the quality of the troops much higher, much better than I had anticipated. So either I had low expectations or they really did do well on this one. Right. Loads more miniatures. See, I'm not a big fan of this. Why didn't they protect them better? Oh, never mind. Never mind, you're forgiven. Obviously, banners. Yeah. These are all Union troops. And here's the Confederate flag. So far so good. What's this then? Oh, it's the Rulebook. It's a bit difficult doing this one-handed, that I left all my camera equipment in the garage. Look, it's the Black Powder 2nd edition handbook. Napoleon on the front page. It's another just out now at epic scale. I must admit that I do enjoy, I really do enjoy the Black Powder era from a tactical point of view. I must say that the war is often romanticized, and in these days where there's a war going on in Europe, only 900 kilometers from where I'm sitting, I'll say that playing war games is not a romanticizing of war. War is not something to be romanticized. I'm an ex-soldier. I have friends who've died in war. I've the greatest respect for the men and women of our armed forces who protect us and give us security. And I don't think that a war game should ever be confused with war, actual war. So that's just a political note from me. But that doesn't mean I can't enjoy playing a game of miniatures, collecting, painting, building terrain, and then trying my tactical prowess, which is to say tactical prowess with the log of a die representing the chaos, and a lot less fog of war than in reality. So, well, without further ado, look at this. I must admit, that's a handbook that I'm looking forward to diving in. Loads of miniature pictures. The tool right there. And the amount of detail and the attention to detail is amazing. So it's a hobby that I thoroughly enjoy, and I'm looking forward to revisiting. And still 2 things left. Let's see. So this is the barn. Sarita has made some terrain usable for these games, and I'm looking forward to trying my hand at that. So a friend of mine who'd built a typical frontier cabin in toothpicks. So maybe that's something I'll try my hand at one point. But so far this looks amazing. I'm looking forward to trying that. Doesn't look too difficult. And there's a couple of fences in there as well. So one thing is building it, the next thing is actually basing it so that it fits. Yeah. And this is by far one of the more interesting manuals. American Civil War. And there's also the Glory Hallelujah supplement, which I'll be getting as soon as I can afford it. Picture of Suave troops. Look at this. Few battles. Bit of history. Special rules. Interesting to dive into. I'm looking forward to trying my hands at this. Hoping that I can just near enough manage something that just resembles the pictures. That's always difficult. Well, as you can see, the folder is filled with inside on commanders, battle scenarios that are probably aren't too difficult to line up for. I need to look through this to find out the scale, but it's probably 3 by 5, 4 by 6 feet, depending upon the amounts of troops, regiments, brigades and regiments. So anyway, this was a first view into the American Civil War starter set from Warlord Games. I'm psyched and excited. I'm happy to be back, and I'm looking forward to finding my camera equipment and doing a few more videos. It'll take me a while. Maybe I'll throw in a terrains report or two in between then and now. Well guys, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed the video and the intros and outros. See you soon again.